Let's have just a reprise on the lifts.
Yes, thanks, Rob.
For the top three.
100 metres, the big fellas out on this first
This
morning.
is
10 heats coming at us.
From Nauru came out with a 96 kilo snatch on the third attempt, representing India. Yadav, 98 kilos, so she's got a 2 kilo advantage.
This is the first of 10.
And then a further 2 kilos up to the 100 mark for Canada's Maya Laylor. She currently is in the lead at the halfway stage. Not the advantage that she was hoping for, but it's an advantage nonetheless.
Yeah, this is, you know, those 2 kilo advantages really, they're very slight. And at this stage of the competition, it's as tight as ever.
It's not warm, it's not perfect.
Very excited for what the clean and jerk holds, to be honest.
Condition's pretty good, it's dry.
Clean and jerk starting weights have been posted. They were posted at the weigh-in a couple of hours
before the
before the
lineup for this
competition
first
started.
of the 10 heats.
Now, clean and jerk gives you the opportunity to lift bigger weights.
Yes, it does. It's 2 parts to the lift. The clean is from the floor to the shoulders, and the jerk is from the shoulders overhead. The lifter must get the lift cleanly overhead with the arms locked out, no movement allowed in the elbows. It's the best clean and jerk that will be added to the best snatch to give an overall total, and that is what will decide the medals. 2 lifters lift the same, and it's the lifter that achieved the weight first that will take the advantage.
Big, expansive warm-up. But it does mean you can see the platforms to the left, but you can't see the platforms to the right. Now, if you're on one of those platforms to the right, really your coaches have got to be pretty sharp. As we see, Deborah in the very early stages of her warm-up preparation.
Just playing with the bar, just staying loose, just staying warm. She's going to be later out in the competition, so doesn't need to have done too much already.
10.91 is best
Coach
a couple of years back. He will struggle in this sort of company, I suspect. St Kitts and Nevis, Darley Bunting.
A couple of minutes, 3 or 4 minutes maybe, before she then to the platform. So it's down to the coaches to tell her when to take the weights. The coaches will know exactly what numbers she wants building up. She'll conserve energy, maybe just do doubles in the first couple of sets and drop into singles very early on, so her legs stay as fresh as possible.
Nathaniel Mitchell-Blake will very experienced. Made the semi-finals in Eugene at the World Championships just a couple of weeks back.
Warm-up room, isn't it? I mean, it's actually quite pleasant.
It is, it's lovely. And every
10.77 this year, very close to
every
first best
platform has
of
bar,
last
their own set of weights, and it really is a very special setup here with only the best equipment in use.
In lane 8, the 21-year-old.
All the way from
Yaoundé,
the capital of the Cameroons, is this lady. Now that missed first attempt, really set her back, and then, as you rightly said, she went for 96 kilos trying to play catch-up, and it didn't come off.
Pretty good. It's actually filled up enormously over the last half hour.
You've got to question whether that 6 kilo jump was a sensible jump.
50%,
but it was clearly a lift that she felt she could manage. But the disappointment from the first attempt is a huge setback, and it really does hamper how far a lifter is able to progress.
Their championships underway. Just 2 from this first heat of 10 guaranteed.
Here we see the 90 kilos. That was the first attempt that she missed, and you can see hands go to head. And the question is, you know, what caused it? Yes, something technical. She was slightly forwards, it drifted forward, but ultimately she came to the platform out of breath, and that is a sign that the coaches have timed the warm-up incorrectly. You can still see here that she's still shaking her head, she's still dwelling on what has happened. Nothing you can do to change it. At this stage, forget it. It's done. Move on, refocus.
Good start from Nigerian Ash in the green. He leads at halfway. Mitchell-Blake's got some running to do, but Ash looking superb here. And easing away to this one by half a metre. He's up 1.1. He drags Mitchell-Blake through to second place. Those two about 3 metres clear.
I wonder whether that's...
There was a big gap behind them, I have to say.
Looking for 120, but we do know now that she is carrying an injury.
9.99.
Yeah, we don't know if she's carrying an injury. To what extent, we don't know. But
and
you know, the fact that she was able to come out
20 years old, so a growing force is favour Ash.
Yeah, 86
right
for
in the
Amy
middle of the group,
took
in
a
lane 5, he enjoyed that.
And we still come out and able to execute that. I think she surprised herself based on the reaction that she gave. But let's hope she can pull something out the
It
back.
was always going to be between lane 5 and 6.
Some of the key weights here. You
as
can
you
see
say, Tim, the athletes at some point in their career have gone under the magical 10-second barrier. Ash got out superbly well. Mitchell Blake was on his shoulder, was thanking the crowd, as you say, got a huge reception here in Birmingham. Look at the replay. Look at Favour Ash from Nigeria, the national champion this year, the 20-year-old. Got out, generated the speed over the first 30 metres, then did the transition and stood up tall.
Chloe Wiley,
a little bit of effort in there, the Nigeria.
Jamaica.
Closed the gap, but then thought, you know what, I've got one of the automatic qualifying spots. I've done a decent time. 10.12 to 10.14.
Time to go to work.
Mitchell Blake will be pleased with that.
Got a personal best of 97 kilos.
Our national outdoor champion over the longer distance. But the first
well, she didn't make a personal best in the sack race. Let's hope that she can earn herself a personal best this time around. The bar going to 95 for her starter.
The youngster gets away really well there. He studies at the University of Tennessee, so enjoys those wonderful facilities of the US collegiate system. And Favour Ash there, well, there's no doubt he was the winner, easing off, still beating Mitchell Blake. I expected Mitchell Blake to come a little bit stronger in the second half as a 200-metre specialist. You can almost put to nearly man Mitchell Blake, second in the European Championship 2018. Remember those World Championships?
Well, this is a weight she has achieved.
In London, he was fourth in the 200 metres there.
That's the weight she did with me a couple of years ago. Chloe, you can see here wearing a gum shield.
As is Ash, and they are 1 and 2. Nigeria's Favour Ash wins from Mitchell Blake in the first heat of 10. In the men's 100 metres, they go through by right.
Takes the bar back a little bit, maybe in anticipation of moving a step forward.
This is Archibald.
She can recover from that, she can stand. Well, that's a disappointing opener. She's just checking the bar is loaded correctly. And it is.
Powerful looking.
That was really unfortunate.
He should be okay.
Well, the situation there, I mean, not ideal. Take a look. She simply lets go of the bar.
I wonder what
with
he
her hand.
means
It
by
slips out of her,
putting that little bit of
grasp.
extra.
It's
I
really
think he means he was just short of the 8-metre mark.
If she could stand and adjust the bar high enough to get her hand back on the bar, she could have carried on, but not to be. Very difficult to recover from that position.
8:36 performing Indian national record holder who looked pretty comfortable for his 8:05 one and done.
So Bangladesh, Monira Kazi. Now
Pretty sure
Monira
with 7:83
bringing forward just 75 kilos. Only made 1 out of 3 attempts in the first phase.
A little bit uncomfortable. It's a big one.
Built a bit of confidence.
Yeah, that's better.
Second half of the competition.
That is better by the Australian. I think he needed that, Steph.
It is better. He's still quite a ways behind the board, and actually maybe that's why he's taking his third jump. He probably will qualify.
Did she?
She put the bar onto her.
It's good.
Take a look here. She hits extension. She's still trying to lift the bar higher, delaying the time dropping underneath. It's that delay dropping under that causes the bar to hit her really hard as she receives it.
On the ball in the battle for the medals come the final. That is an
the bar's
improvement
coming down at the same time she is. The timing is really important. You want that bar to be floating upwards
and moustache
as the lifter drops under, but the bar just hits her super hard.
Yeah, that's more like it.
Chloe looking for a bit of encouragement from her supporters in the stands. Coming out to have another go at 95 kilos. So
100 metres.
I'm pretty sure she's got the strength to lift this.
In lane 6.
She absolutely has. And I know Coach Giles Greenwood is in the crowd watching and will be shouting for her right
Joe
now.
of the Gambia not here, but we start then on the inside in lane 2 with Lee of Montserrat.
She does well, got the leg strength to stand.
Junior bronze medalist over the 200 metres back in
Big drive to arm's
2016.
length.
7th.
Check the referees are happy.
2-1.
She gets it 2-1. A little soft overhead. There is a discussion going on at the jury table. But they are sitting still.
Absolutely.
She does really well. She's on her toes.
In the shake-up for the semis here. Konasheishi of the Soto semi-finalist in the
See the bar slightly in front. Manages to get herself back underneath it.
Good form this year. Makani Sabine,
Frustrated
African
with
silver
how hard
medalist
that
this
was.
year. Just off the podium.
She's secured a total 176 kilos.
But he's a big stage performer, and he will love
Monira
the fact that
comes
he's here
out
in
for
front of a
Bangladesh, and
virtual
she's got
sellout crowd. Johnny Key of Samoa.
Chloe had to
Massive
now
PB this season to get down to 10.78. Might need another, I
Get
suspect. Jerome Webster got a PB in the heats of the Carifta Games earlier this year. He represents Anguilla. He will be on the outside nearest the camera in 8.
Give herself space on the platform.
So as Tim was saying in the first of the heats, it's pretty brutal qualification.
Really fights for it.
Qualifiers.
I think that's going to be okay.
Yeah, good lift.
2-1, the central referee.
Jamaican in 3.
Little circumspect about the performance.
Oh, we see, really has to fight once again, pulls the bar onto her, this time catches the bounce only just, drops the chest as she stands, which is why she had the run forward. Because the feet are moving forwards and backwards, she needed more space on the platform. Look at the arms, big drive.
Beginning of what he hoped would be a successful
maybe she was lucky. There was movement in her left elbow there.
10.
It just makes it very difficult to see the black sleeves against black on the background. I can't see where the elbow is and where it's not. So,
well, Stephen Donovan from Wales is the central referee. He's physically absolutely head on to her, and much closer than we are.
And I think the difficulty in judging that lift was the sleeves, and the sleeves have been brought in for religious reasons to make this sport more inclusive, so everybody can take part, which is amazing. The challenge then is when you've got something of the same colour, it does make it very difficult to
The Jamaican pulled up just
to be Chloe Wiley to come out of the game to complete her Commonwealth Games.
Conserving energy ahead of the semis. He was just
coming out on 98 kilos, so she is going to go for a personal best.
Simbine got into his running. Very smooth and comfortable. Good value for a 10.1 qualification through to the semi-finals.
Well, Simbine got stronger and stronger as the race wore on, didn't it? He hasn't had a vintage season,
everybody
by
from
some standards.
CrossFit
He was 5th in Eugene.
Crossing their fingers for her right now.
South African colours. The last 3 World Championships, he's been 5th, 4th and 5th. He's only ranked 7th in the Commonwealth this year, but I rather fancy he's going to go better than that. Here he is, the reigning champion, remember. And that's a big winning margin. Really, it was almost an exhibition run, wasn't it?
I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
I think there was a press out on the left arm.
Went behind anyway, it's irrelevant.
Ellis did have a
Chloe Wiley bows out of her first Commonwealth Games. Now she's going to enjoy it. Well, that's Chloe all over. Well done, Chloe.
The second automatic spot as we get
See
closer
his
to
shoulders
the
a
finish.
long way
Watch the
forwards.
Jamaican. He's
Pulls her onto the toes as soon as the bar passes the knees.
On the Australian.
Dips behind the bar of the jerk before she
30
starts.
metres or so to go. Looks like he's got second spot under control. Pulls back towards the line.
Next stop
came
for
through and outdipped into the second spot.
a holiday in Zanzibar with her boyfriend Xavier.
Kath Murray will know that full well as a world-class sprinter herself.
Sounds like a nice wrap to the competition to me.
Eases up a metre or two out.
Bonera and Cathy's ball.
Viewing the lift,
Lane number 8.
jury of 5, they have to be unanimous in their decision.
Once again, something for the English fans.
So just need a moment to get the decision on this.
With an English athlete starting in lane number 2.
Heather Allison is the president of the jury.
So as mentioned, it's the first 2 of the next
Robert Rose,
7
the
non-automatic
technical
qualifiers to go through, starting in lane
controller
1.
from the Seychelles.
Just got the competition, lifter trying to come out onto the platform.
Well, that's because the technical controller, Robert Rose, is actually at the jury desk and now taking the decision back to Ian Oswald, the public address announcer, who will surely tell us that unfortunately this lift is lost.
Well, I think that's a no lift. There's a press out.
Virgin Islands.
So it has now been confirmed by the announcer. That last lift is a no lift for Amy Salt due to press out.
Born in Jersey, lives as a citizen of New Zealand. Tuvalu starts in lane number 6 in his second Commonwealth Games.
So the competition continues
In his third
with
Commonwealth Games for
Agatha Herbert coming out for her first attempt at 105 kilos.
2 withdrawals.
I have a feeling that she might enjoy this second half a little bit more.
So we're keeping an eye over these 10 heats of the qualifiers by time so far. There they are. 10:37. Leading the way, Bunting. He's the fastest non-automatic qualifier so far. Camera on Brathwaite, the 23-year-old, 10.28
That
seconds.
is a good lift and a good start for her. That is 105 kilos to guarantee her total. She goes into the early lead with a total of 197 kilos.
Teammate, Nathaniel Mitchell-Blake, qualifying comfortably in one of the earlier heats.
Moving very well is Amy Salt. Sorry, Agata from Scotland. Just with a little bit more spark, a little bit more fire in the legs. She can make everything just a little bit faster. She's going to find the weights easier. That's a really solid opener.
Well, again, another clean start. Pretty even as well.
Quite a remarkable.
Lane 4 going
Although she
round.
escapes from everything, but she needs to do Davison well.
I think the English athlete took that
Sounds
one.
good, doesn't it?
I think that final surge over the last
You could do
20
one of
metres
those in
with that
Wales.
huge smile of the English athlete.
You're not getting me on a motorcycle.
10.15.
2 feet on the ground, that's
Yeah,
what
but you live in a beautiful part of Wales with absolutely the perfect roads on which to ride a Harley.
So qualifying in 10.27.
Yes, you do.
I feel like you really enjoy that one. And it's always
motorbike
interesting when you have
enthusiasts would
two
probably say
withdrawals
that,
like
but
that, and you end
I
up
wouldn't
with
like to go around one of the
beside
bends
you.
where I live.
Some athletes
on a
really
bike.
enjoy that because they're free to run their own race. Some
Well,
athletes
it's going to
find
be
it
the turn
difficult
of
because they feel
Amy
like they're a
Salt,
little
we
bit
hope.
isolated. But in this case, it
They
definitely
put the bar up
seemed
to
to work for him,
107
give him a little bit of
kilos,
breathing
but
space.
she's going to run out of
It's
time
a
on
great
that.
start
And
from both of them.
is she
The
going to
key
come
thing
out?
is
That's the
this
big
is
question.
big because
And so
remember
it's
that
how you're
first
then going to
attempt
transition
was
that speed.
overruled by
They say
the
the best sprinters will reach
jury
their top speed
as a
around
no
60,
lift. They've
70
gone up a
meters,
couple
and
of
it's going to
kilos
be
maybe to buy a
but
little bit of time.
quite comfortable in the end in terms of
So
that qualification.
she needs to come out for this lift if she's going to make a total. We talk about playing it safe on the snatch. She came out for 70 snatch just to get one on the board. You've got to question why that didn't happen on the clean and jerk. But
getting sub 10.
clearly in discomfort, and the questions are now being asked.
And do you know what?
whether she can do it or not.
This will be the competition.
She's
to
got
do
less
it.
than 2 minutes on the clock.
Well, a smile from the English athlete.
We haven't been told what the injury is, so I don't want to speculate, but
slightly less
something
on the
holding the
sprinting
back.
gas than
I'm assuming it's the back,
second,
based on how she's moving.
1/100th of a second behind, but a good
Well,
overhead
I'm
shot
always
there, the
amazed,
flapping
Michaela,
head
at
back
lifters,
karate style
how
of the
gutsy
British
they can
Virgin
be. Sometimes it's foolish, but
Number 3. There's confirmation.
sometimes you can't deny the lifter the opportunity.
I could say here, you know, she'd be crazy to come out and push the injury further, but that would be very hypocritical of me, having done it at the Beijing Games. It is what it is, you know, there's this huge emotion attached to this, and Amy wants to make a total. She's desperate to. She wants to come out here and perform. She's been training for so long for this moment. Let's wish her all the best here. She's going to go for it.
Well, it's an 8-year project, and you can see physically the discomfort.
It's an automatic qualifying.
Well, you can
Oh, that was
You
great.
just got to
Actually, what I
admire
really
her
liked on
guts
that
to
one
come
is
out
he
and do
probably
this.
squeezed out an extra 50
You just got to hope that she can manage it and not do herself
His legs
any
are very long,
further
which is
serious
great, and he
damage.
managed
Right
to
now,
get
she's going to
them
take time
all
off
the way
after
up
this
from the
competition
stand.
to get fixed up, but right now,
Those extra
she's going to go for it. She's got to put the pain out of her head and focus.
20 seconds, 20 important seconds. Fires herself up.
Shake of the hand with the coach. Quite a few of the personnel still quite conscious about
15
COVID. So you see
seconds,
one of the
come
coaches
on.
there wearing a mask. 7:90. We'll see him in the final.
We've made the decision.
Sri Shankar, the
Let's
only
get the clean.
automatic qualifier now goes through as the second
Well
best
done.
of the morning. Van Buren was firing up the
Big
crowd, and
effort.
himself, he's safely through. Henry Frayne into another Commonwealth final. So to
stand
Archibald,
still.
Diana, very, very good sprinter.
2-1 against. How cruel.
7:58.
How cruel is the moment after all that effort.
Well, hang on, it's not over. We're having the appeal card. We need to have the appeal card there.
Will also contest the men's long
She
jump.
put, my question, actually, my hesitation was, did she get the down signal? So, let's take a look here at the replay. The clean is fine. No issues whatsoever. She stands strong. She fights through the discomfort.
Or a world championship. There is a big appetite for the Commonwealth Games here in
Take a look here at the jerk. We're watching
So
specifically
many
for the elbows. Do they go
the
to lock and stay there?
We still haven't got to any finals. This
That
is
looks
very
okay to me. That's no press out, it's wobbling. Okay, she's moving all over the shop.
What's to come here?
Feet are
across
not
the
in line.
athletics programme.
Now they are still watching the elbows. That was moving in the shoulders. That's okay. The question is, did she get the down signal? I thought the down came out as the signal was coming. It's a difficult one, but I personally thought that was okay. The jury now are taking a very close look at this. There was a lot of staggering around with the feet and the legs.
Have they played the attempt card? Because I don't think
yes, they have. Yeah, the attempt card has been played by the Welsh team. They got that bit right. And it's absolutely worth a review.
Well, you'd be crucified if the coach didn't play the attempt card.
By the way, that is the slowest.
Mistakes have been made in the past. This time they're on the ball.
7 of them is 10.64.
What is the decision? I wish they would turn around and just give us a thumbs up so we can tell you. Right now, we have a very slow walk back to the announcers table. This is the slowest walk I've ever seen from anybody. Come on.
Robert Rose from the Seychelles being cool. Here he comes.
Very experienced indeed. Twice an Olympic
I'm
gold
looking at
medalist in the relay for Jamaica
announcer,
back in
trying to listen to the
2012 and in
announcer.
2016. Nigeria, Raymond,
Oh, it's a no lift. And I genuinely am struggling to give you the reason. That to me was not an obvious press out. I wish they would give us the reason.
Yeah, I think that is a big problem.
8th of June, that's a lifetime best. Rafael Ngaguele Mbelina of Cameroon, he goes in lane 2, best in 10.33 this year, close to his lifetime best. Dylan Sikobo, Seychelles, goes in lane 3. Only 10.70 this year.
Well, I agree with you. I thought the lift itself in terms of the arms was fine. I also concur with what you're saying. The question was whether she had the down signal.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I've tried to call down to the jury table, but I'm unable to get an answer to be able to confirm the exact reason.
I think you've highlighted the problem here. I think it is really important that the reason for a lift being turned over or confirmed should be announced. Meanwhile, the competition now continues. Agatha with a 5-kilo increase for Scotland, coming out for her second attempt.
Goes in lane 8. That's to 10.70 this year. The two class acts here really do stand out. Kevro of Nigeria in 5. And Kemar Bailey Cole in lane 6. He was only, by the way, 5th in the Jamaican Championships, Bailey Cole.
Just before her. This is her first Commonwealth Games.
Around 10.10 there. Coached by Glenn Mills, incidentally, in that yellow vest, the Jamaican, who coached a certain Usain Bolt back in the day. Loves his cars, he's got pet fish and aquariums. He's got 5 freshwater tank aquariums.
Strong overhead, and that is a second good clean and jerk. And Agatha Herbert enhances her advantage, 196 kilos.
Really good extension on the clean, works hard to stand. There's no mistaking the overhead position, very solid with the lockout. The bar must go to arm's length and stay there, cannot afford for any movement in those elbows. And that will make the judges' decision very easy.
Very pleased for her because first Commonwealth Games, Scotland haven't had the best of fortunes so far, and she's actually done herself proud already here by getting the total, and she's only been lifting for 3 years.
She certainly has, and this really is a tremendous performance to come out and execute.
It showed it perfectly for us. I think it was our first false start, and
so the competition continues. Mikhaila, you have news?
Yeah, just the news on Amy Salt's lift. It's been failed on a press out.
DQ. Of course, it's some controversy about that 0.1 limit now, because Devon Allen, who's the fastest in the world in 110 hurdles, was disqualified.
Ebony Gorinku for Australia, opening up here on 113 kilos. Now, 93 kilos in the first part of the competition room, but the leader had 100, so she's got a bit of catching up to do
by
here.
1/1000th of a second, they adjudged him to have anticipated the gun rather than gone with the gun, and he was disqualified. It was an incredibly sad and controversial moment. That is sad too for the Cameroonian. Rafael Ngaguele Mbelina. Oh, he's a big fella too, isn't he?
She's in trouble.
It very, very well. Walks away, head down.
But something's not gone quite to plan. She's been given it 2-1, but unfortunately, I think we're going to see the jury raise their flag as well. They're going to look for an appeal. They're going to be reviewing it.
Many years.
So we've been working hard on Ebony's jerks. She's got a soft lockout, but that was not sharp enough, nowhere near sharp enough. She had it to arm's length and then just kind of went sloppy. This is also a sign that something hasn't quite gone to plan in the warm-up room, because I was expecting her to come in around the 1:14, 1:15 mark. This is 1:13. So she's under a little bit of pressure right now. I'm suspecting the jury may look unfavourably on this lift.
Once again, it was Stephen Donovan, the central referee, who felt that the lift was not good.
Very, very elegant, isn't he? But Kevwell staying in front was like a giant.
Backstage they're still looking after Amy.
He's a huge fellow, he's got a head and shoulders above the Nigerian, but he did win it. 10-13 into a -1. That's good running. And the Kevwo, who hasn't broken 10:04 this year, has probably run very close to his season's best there, Katamari. I don't know what -1 win equates to in terms of what you would give back to the athlete.
Rose taking
calculation. Yeah, well, it's like
the information from the president of the jury back to Ian regarding.
Most people say -1, maybe just under a metre, 3/4 of a metre in terms of distance. But no trouble there for the Jamaican. There's 29 athletes in the world this year that have run under the 10-second barrier. The Jamaican is not yet one of them. Close, of course, with his 10:04 clocking. Yeah, a little gamesmanship there.
Oh, they turned it
I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that. I mean, I'm
for the second.
Well, they've confirmed the 2-to-1 majority. And thumbs up from Ebony. And a bit of relief as well.
A thumbs up and relief.
Since Usain Bolt hung up his spikes.
Well, regardless now, she needs to focus on the job at hand, which is making progress in this competition.
Championship goal.
No, exactly right.
Well, Agatha Herbert coming out for a new personal best. I did say that I thought she'd enjoy this particular discipline more than the first phase of the competition. So far so good, 2 out of 2, but now looking for a lifetime best on the competition stage.
That was heat 4.
This
There's
is a
6
really
to
big
come,
moment for
and
her.
that bubble time will come rocketing down. Let's have a quick look at what the 7th non-automatic qualifying time is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 10:56 now is what the third placer in heat 5 must aim for. There it is, a Kevwell and Bailey Cole. Go
Jerk
through my right.
is good. 3 out of 3. That's a terrific finale for Agatha Herbert, born in Poland, found an English husband. That is a good lift.
It is a good lift. Bar went sideways. It doesn't matter the fact the bar is uneven when it's overhead. So long as the arms go to lock and stay there, it will be a good lift. She flicked the bar forwards off the thighs. That's why she caught it on her toes.
Inside, it's lane 2.
The jerk hits it behind the bar. And that's why the step forwards was necessary. It seems so simple to say, stay back on your heels, but yet it's so difficult to execute because you've got such a heavy weight on your shoulders. It instinctively pulls you forwards. Very hard to maintain the positions with that kind of load on the shoulders.
207 kilos, a kilo ahead of Emily of Australia. And now we're really getting into the meat of the competition.
Not starting like his unfortunate compatriot in the previous heat.
So the
really good 200
being
metre under this
increased to 115 kilos the weight for the first attempt of Magdalena Webber. I have to say, after the successful snatch phase, 3 out of 3,
this is Ronald Fotofili.
It's impressive.
We saw him in the prelims, world champs in Doha, and last year in Tokyo, where he set his PB in just inside 11 seconds. And then the giant rushing off those shoulders.
From
unlike Oregon, when he arrived 3 hours before his heat because of visa issues, and this time it's been a trouble-free journey for Omanyala. So the African champion who bowed out in the semis will be hoping to make smooth passage through to the semi-finals.
This is a powerful person.
Julius Morris has got one.
Well, still in the junior ranks, aged just 19. She's really coming out here and showing what she's capable of. Very young, but yet very experienced. Huge extension through the middle of the lift and stands very, very strong. Small adjustment necessary. Feet are very wide. Unusually wide. Normally we would suggest feet are in the same position that you would jump from because that's the most powerful position.
Back in Nairobi at the start of the
It looks
season.
very convincing overhead. There's a good few kilos more to come, I'm sure.
So the youngster goes into the lead.
this looks better so far.
211 kilos.
Semi. And two expected to feature coming through. Omanyala and Semi giving each other a little glance as they come across the line.
Opening up here on
10.06.
15
Very
kilos.
impressive
Only got
qualification
90 kilos in the first half of the
both
competition.
Africans.
So she
The build
really
up to the
is trying
semi-finals
to
is
catch up
just
here.
beginning to bubble quite nicely.
Well, I didn't get the impression Omanyala was holding back much there. I think he wanted to take that one, but yes, it was really close against.
Well, there was no mistake about that.
No, she's taken the frustration from the first half of the competition through into the clean and jerk, and she's come out very businesslike, attacks the clean, aggressive standing up, catapults the bar to arm's length and lands it in a super dynamic position.
Meter at the speed they're moving at, quicker than
Feet
he's ever
land,
run
arms
before.
lock at the same
Brilliant
time,
run
job done.
from the man in green there in the centre.
I'm so pleased for Omanyala. It's a mouth-watering
So that's
fight.
pulled her up
If
into
he gets
fourth
there, we
place.
get Sabine and the rest.
205
It was an
kilos.
awesome preparation
Ebony
for the World
Gorinko of
Championships.
Australia,
To get on the plane
206.
literally 3
Deborah
hours
Alawode,
before his
207.
opening round.
Maximina
He's got
Uwepa
massive,
of Nauru,
massive shoulders.
211. It is
Omanyala
that tight.
was coming under
And,
pressure there from
onto the
Eseme,
stage because
Cameroonian
Taiwo
US
Diadi of Nigeria also
10:16 to
looking for
10:08.
115
And that
kilos.
non-automatic time
But
has
like
now
the
suddenly
lifter from
popped
Nauru,
its way down to
perfect set of 3 in the
10.49
first half of the
Nifa
competition.
of Malawi. So inside 10.5 is the time required for a non-automatic spot in the semis, but very good qualification by both the Africans there. Omanyala 10.07.
No lift. That bar went to ground before the down signal.
10.5 on the nose.
And the jury have raised their flag. Sorry, David.
Yeah, no. I mean, it was given as a 2-to-1 in a...
Executed, and then I've got to be careful my choice of words here. Foolishly, pulled it down before the down signal.
Getting a little worried here, Michaela, by the number of jury interventions that are necessary here.
No, in defence here for the referees, they've given their decision, which is good. The bars come down. What they should have done was quickly change their decision, and you don't expect a lifter to do that. So in fairness, the referees here would have had just a fraction of a second. What they maybe should have done is quickly grab their red flag and raise that.
As well,
it is a no lift.
Punches the air in delight.
So that's setback for the Nigerian, and she's going to have a second attempt. The question is, are they going to stay on 115 kilos, or are they going to push it up? But it would be her second attempt. Ebony Gorinko looking for 115.
Surprised if she comes out on there, surely not.
Shot put or 8.
This is not the call that, well, this is not what we discussed anyway. There we go, it's going up, thank goodness for that.
Technique by Wishy. It looks like it's landed.
Hoping for somewhere around the 118 maybe kind of mark for Ebony. That's what I'm hoping for.
So it could be, there you can see India's representative Poonam Yadav waiting.
The automatic qualifying
The clock is counting down at the moment for Taiwo Diadi to come out and take a second attempt.
So back on the track, let's go to heat number 6 of the men's 100 metres.
Really sensible.
It's lining up from 1 to 7.
Yeah, let's get one on the board before trying to do anything crazy. The last lift was convincing. There was nothing wrong with it.
Just
For
the
a really
three-time
silly
national
error
champion
again.
from Nigeria. Ruby Okiekene. 10.12 this year. He's in good form. Denzel Adam from the Seychelles will line up in lane number 2.
That's
Just
better.
20 years old, his first Commonwealth
This
Games.
time she waits.
Yeah.
She waits, and she waits, and she waits, even after the down signal.
Really important because that's put her up into second place.
It has. This is a huge lift and a huge mistake earlier. She's done well to correct it. Unfazed by what went before, drives really powerfully to arm's length. She gets the down signal and she waits a good 3 or 4 seconds afterwards, just to make sure.
The first anchored ever under the 10-second barrier.
It's a mistake that you sometimes have lifters make in their first competition.
Second at their national championship.
Still don't know, that first failure might well have just limited her possibilities, but
Vincent and the Grenadines.
so Yadav in this new weight class for her.
seconds at his best.
Absolutely convinced in the first half of the
16
competition
men's
about her
100
lifting,
meters.
but this may be a completely different
Be
affair.
on
So
the Sri
116
in lane
kilos
number 5.
to add
He
to
is
the
one of those
98
athletes
earned in
inside
the
that
first half.
magical 10-second barrier this year. So we've got some fashion of hair in this heat. We've got some sunglasses being worn as well.
No.
All the athletes
I don't think so either, David.
Not for me.
Big press out left arm.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now we have unanimous decision.
Finals tomorrow evening. A couple of hours between them tomorrow night.
No problems on the clean. Good extension. Drives out straight away, no problem. Take a look at her left arm. It's the right as we look at the picture. Does the arm go to lock first time and stay there, or is there movement? Let's have a look. The arm is definitely bent. Now it's straight.
See what they're doing here.
Good decision from the referees this time.
These first attempt failures, Mikhaila, are really, really important now because limitations are coming in here for first the youngster from Nigeria and now the more experienced lifter from
we've got
India.
numerous lifters here contending for the medals, and every lift is important, but when you miss your first, it really does put you under pressure. Firstly, to come out and get second, but then the amount that you can progress after that is going to be limited.
Yeah, it's under the 1/10 of a second barrier.
Asking for 116 kilos. Clock started to
sitting on his block.
count
There's
down
a
for
picture
her.
of the Nigerian.
Yeah, I'm sure they would do.
As a spectator, I hate seeing false starts, actually. I have a suggestion. You know how they have, for example, the horse races.
Canadian
where the gates
Maya
open.
Lelo, by the way,
if we could just
120
get something
supposedly
like
for her
that and
opening
just prevent
attempt.
this.
No change to that.
I think
Look at the replay. There's the hit
India
number.
coming out on the same weight. No, this is upper
Didn't
kilo, isn't
actually
it?
reach the
No, same weight.
Nigerian in lane 1, so if it was to be used as a defence,
Yeah,
might not fly.
116. Intelligent.
it looks like maybe that little incident there saved the Nigerian, and it will come through as a faulty start. It does indeed, not to the delight of the crowd here in Birmingham. So he stays. Heat 6 into the men's 100 metres. We go again. They're the current qualifiers by time. 7 non-automatic qualifying spaces that are up for grabs. Look at that. 1, 2, 3.
No,
That's all I
not
counted.
for me.
Oh, the buzzer went before she even stood still, which tells you that the referees have all pressed their red buzzer early. They saw exactly what we did. She's very frustrated with herself right now. See the reaction that she had. She's got to be clean to arm's length.
Benjamin Compton, 6 of the men's 100 metres.
Well,
She's a big favourite here, having snatched 98. She was in second place at the halfway stage, but she finds herself in a lot of trouble and under some serious pressure. 2 failed lifts, both for the same reason. Soft elbows overhead.
Number 2 in the
She's
block.
got to find it.
Injury in the top in lane number 3, but the athlete in lane 5
no tackle at the moment, and
9.96
Maximino
seconds this year,
still
10.06
with a couple of
for Sri
attempts
Lankan,
left
with a nice plus
in the lead
1.1
ahead of the Nigerian,
Eventually,
who
Steph
has
Reed
one
went to
attempt,
sprint.
and then Deborah
He
Alawode
made that look
of
easy,
England
and
with 2
it's so
attempts.
exciting because you don't
Ebony
necessarily connect
got
Sri
of
Lanka
Australia,
with
2
having
attempts, and
a
also
heritage of 100
Jan
meters.
Ayenga of the
this is
Cameroon.
difficult to see.
So there are
This is-
plenty
when
of
you are
lifters
running
alive,
100
along with
meters,
the
it
Canadian
is
who's yet to
all
start.
out, 100%.
So
There's always a risk of injury.
this is a really open medal fight.
It really is. You know, Canada at the moment, you'd say, have to still be the favourite, as you've said. But it really is open.
Now, the crowd, as they've always done since the first day of the competitions here, they've recognised the lifter who's run into trouble, and they let her know that they're all on her side, that they really want her to get this 3rd attempt to keep
There's a photo finish there of that 2 100ths of a second between the
alive.
Nigerian athlete in 3rd. That's nice, and as Rob said, hotting up nicely for the semi-finals, but that was heat number 6. Still 4 more to go.
It's better. I think that movement was a bit... No, for goodness sake, she put it down before the buzzer.
So going back to that false start,
Oh,
what would
wow.
happen
I
if
don't
we
even
had
know what to say.
magnetized blocks and magnetized?
Well, last night it was the young Nigerian. This morning, it's the Commonwealth Games champion of 4 years ago.
This is just a schoolgirl error. There is nothing that can be said about this.
In terms of the 10th of a second for false start, which many people think is arbitrary because it was only tested.
So the lift, assuming was good, just put the bar down before the referee said arms.
And then there's the false start.
Soft lock, but that looks okay to me. It doesn't look to be a press out this time, so she's corrected the problem. Now puts it
I
down.
don't mind that element
And the
so much, but
Indians are
when you've got the
playing
scenario like we
There's
had
no
with Devon
card to
Allen,
play, I'm afraid.
Well,
The
they're
buzzer
playing it
gone.
anyway, but
9-9. I know rules are rules
It's
are rules.
a yeah, there's just no way the jury
I never
are
like
going
seeing
to...
athletes disqualified.
Well,
I think
they're a
athletes
decision,
having
they
to
can
be
put the challenge card in.
track, but they haven't got to the perfect scenario yet. As
But I
far
agree
as
with you. I don't think the jury are going to turn this round.
Confirmation of
So
heat 6 men's 100
it causes a bit of a
metres.
delay, and
Hughes.
Ebony Gorinku
and Benjamin
of Australia
automatically
just
through to the
held up a
semi-finals.
little bit.
Okay, right now I want to put the mic down and shout a few words. She's had a long wait, she's doing the right thing. Stay on the platform, because while she's on the platform, the loaders can't come on.
Wales to run here with real passion in his heart. He's UK
Fine
champion,
recovery
UK
time.
title in Manchester.
She's absolutely fine.
In,
That clean just took a lot out of her, simple as that. Probably went a little dizzy after the clean, but right now she's got not long to recover for the lift of her life in an attempt to go into a medal position. Just no drive. I'm not worried about the jerk here. That's just because the clean was so tough. Her cleans are normally much better.
Well, a big cheer here for Deborah Alawode for England. 114 kilos got on the first attempt, and she's now really pushing her limits here by going to 119 kilos.
Singapore, their national champion this year.
This is a very significant attempt. Such a crowded house.
Swimming and then moved into athletics. Benjamin Azamati
Takes the bar back. Just a little anticipation that she's going to need a bit more of the stage to use.
As he's coming, I mentioned the UK champion this year, coached by Helen, Patricia James and Gareth Walton. The run for the Cardiff club.
Big error here from Deborah.
Of Eswatini. He goes in.
Bar pulled up forwards as she came off the floor. David, she's in trouble, isn't she? That was costly. She's got one attempt remaining. We'll see here. Goes round the knees a little on the toes. You've got to be driving through flat feet to get maximum elevation on the bar. We are on the edge of our seats here with how close this competition is.
He's actually a triple jumper.
I wasn't actually expecting that, to be honest.
Yeah, no, you're quite right. I thought she was going to come out very strong. She will do. She's got one attempt remaining.
Prior qualifying races.
But I tell you what,
just last year did him run in Lane.
so Maximina Huepa, you might have heard in the background there, this is not only a impressive second attempt being made by Maximina Huepa of Nauru, but also going for junior Commonwealth records. 119 kilos on the bar. She is the current leader. This is a 4-kilo increase to take her to 215 kilos. Straightforward clean.
Brandon Jones in 7 for Belize and Raman.
She is a pocket powerhouse.
Well, she eventually stands still and gets the down signal. That lift, I reckon, could well be enough to guarantee a medal. The question is, can she go any further, and what can everybody else do? Tremendous lifting from the youngster, Maxima Huepa from Nauru. 119 kilos here, drives out aggressively, and you can just see the effort that is required as she lands the jerk.
10:18, the unofficial winning time.
And she's heading this young lifter from Nauru to join a fantastic medal tally.
10:18, that's a winning.
Language are you speaking then, David?
We'll come to that later.
That was a race with about
Jan
2 or 3
Ayenga
stories
for
in
the
it, wasn't it, over that
Cameroons.
short 100-metre distance.
She comes back
Well,
into
just have a look there.
contention.
He actually stumbled on his third step
119
as well. He managed
kilos.
to compose
Now this
himself
is
really well.
a 3-kilo. This is the
Have a quick look if
most
you can, Tim,
regular
for his
increase she's had
reaction time.
right the way through the
As he
competition.
flew, didn't he, out the blocks? But then Azamati of Ghana, the athlete that's run 9.9 this year.
This would take her into the bronze medal position.
And that's good running by the Welsh athlete and good running as well by Azamati.
That deserves 3 white lights. Waits for a down signal and gets a good lift.
It certainly does. She's just so far down after the snap, but she's put herself up into medal contention again with 1 attempt remaining. Powerful, fast, strong to stand. And the lockout overhead is tremendous. No mistaking this whatsoever. Quite low on the dip. Big leg drive to arm's length. That's a great lift.
But the effect of that good lift is to push Deborah Alawoda of England into 4th place and Ebony Goriku into 5th. So Ebony, 3rd attempt.
Really good recovery on the clean. Not quite as much height on the bar as you would like, but stands strong, adjusts, recomposes.
Goes in 6. How close will he go?
The adjustment of the hands wider makes it less distance for the bar to travel. Big drive.
Saw him in the
There's no movement in those elbows. That's what the referees are looking for. Great lifting.
Inspired by this near sellout crowd, duck inside 11 for the first time. Eric Harrison Jr.
Well, so tight is this competition. Here comes another lifter who had a bit of a hiccup on the first attempt. Got 150, now up to 120. 2 levels.
Over 60 indoors. Sharar Abbas, national record in June for Pakistan. That kind of time would get him in the shake-up, even if he didn't.
2:16 to go into the lead. Good lift by Taniwo Liadi of Nigeria.
Well, she's done the job, had a great recovery, recomposed after the upset on the first attempt. That is a junior Commonwealth record as well, in the clean and jerk and the total. 120 clean and jerk, 2:16 on the total. Really good overhead. Seems to be a reputation that the Nigerians have. Very good firing the bar.
We'll need to go quicker than that
to that overhead
to make it through to the semis. Very competitive heat this
one. It ain't over yet, Michaela.
No, she can do no more. There's going to be a nervous wait for Team Nigeria backstage as they see what the other remaining lifters are capable of.
And of course, the effect of that success means that Deborah Alawoda of England is now down into 3rd place. And the bar going to 120 kilos. And Maya Lelo of Canada has increased her first opening attempt from 120 to 123. They need to be careful, the Canadians. They don't need to over-egg this.
No, they need to come out and secure the gold first and foremost.
This could be quick.
There are still lifters here vying for their place on the podium.
Watch for Jones, and he's got a good start. Jamaican, and also Thomas of Scotland. And the Jamaican looking across
over the years.
Great work there by Alan Thomas.
Nauru have achieved in the Commonwealth Games 10 golds, 11 silvers, 9 bronze medals in Commonwealth Games weightlifting. This is where they really make the mark. And the way things are going for this young woman, she might well add to the tally. She's been pushed down into 2nd place at the moment.
Yeah, she could do with being on top.
Yeah, it's interesting. In the longer distance races, it can be an advantage to go from the later heats because you know what the time is. But the strategy is pretty much the same in the 100 meters. You just have to run it full out no matter what heat you're in. And what a race from Thomas. It's actually interesting at the end, you see the maturity as he's delivering the mind to kind of look around.
You can see the body still shaking. I think that she's just trying to regain her composure.
Fifth in the final World Championships.
Well, when you're lifting a weight like that, it's common practice for the
it's really exciting
to make it easy.
It's still a very good sequence, 5 out of 6.
Oh, look at Jones.
Yeah, you just see the body as she dips. She gets to the bottom of the dip before she transitions to come back up. The body there, just buckles a little bit.
Him and Adam Thomas. Scott will be delighted to make passage through to the semis. Harrison Jr.'s okay for a non-automatic spot with 2.
Well, this is pretty crucial for just about everybody at the moment, because here comes Jan Ngenga from the Cameroons. Now she's found her way into 4th place at the moment.
This won't extend her.
Well, through to the semi-finals.
As an athlete, you will always look at what heat you're drawn in the night before, and not in the 100 meters that it would matter that much, but I think when you have someone that's pulling you along like that, it can make a difference, and there's always going to be an element of luck.
Conroy Jones and Adam Thomas, very impressive in their qualification. And at the moment, Harrison Jr. and Abbas are both okay for a non-automatic.
It's a wonderful lift.
Well, she could have surely done the extra kilo
with 10 points.
Does she think that's good enough? I think and say, I'm done, I've got my gold medal. But it looks like she's going up to the 1:27.
Yeah, that's the Commonwealth standard. I think they might put another kilo on to go for the record.
Quickest man ever in this field.
Well, this is Clance, who is in charge of everything with his daughter.
Heat number 8, and this one could be a repeat.
Might as well put another kilo on, mightn't they?
Yeah, I think they will.
And they have.
There's Green then from Antigua and Barbuda. He's experienced the 26-year-old in his 3rd Commonwealth Games. 10:02 this season. He was 2/100ths of a second outside his lifetime best. And the heats of the World Championships. Browning,
this will be
starting lane number 2 in his 2nd Commonwealth Games.
A new Commonwealth Games clean and jerk record, and also going for a new total as well. So a 5 kilo increase here. Just to put this in perspective, her personal best is 132.
11.25 seconds this year. Lane 6, Joe Chandrick of Guernsey. 10:82 at his best. Lane number 7, Samuel Method of Kenya.
And the records are they there? For the beating line, the down signal given. 3 wide lights, good lift.
Lane number 8 for the Stewart.
The icing on the cake for her.
The shake of the head as she comes off. It wasn't as tidy as she had hoped it to be. Landed the clean on her toes. Did extremely well to correct it and be able to stand from that position. Take a look at the feet here. There, look at that. She's on her toes there. 1 foot is still up. Somehow finds the leg strength. And she's so good overhead. When the clean is that hard and you're on such a limit, she splits long. She drops her body low to catch it at arm's length. This is a textbook jerk. Absolutely brilliant. Feet weren't quite in line when she recovered, but she did adjust them again to bring them back, showing full control.
Well, as you said, she doesn't necessarily have to come out for the 3rd attempt, but we can see her sitting backstage, contemplating 130 kilos.
And when you've trained this hard for this moment and you have such a buzz here in the crowd, this opportunity doesn't come around very often to get your body in peak shape.
That was another good race.
It's just, once, twice a year tops. So for her now, she's going to use this as an opportunity to see how far she really can push herself. Use the adrenaline, use the crowd to help her.
10.10 seconds.
Oh, she's going big.
Oh, that's a personal best attempt.
Delivers
well, last
again.
night, Alexis Ashworth, who was a newcomer to the Commonwealth Games, a newcomer to Team Canada
for the Commonwealth Games.
He grabbed the silver medal in the women's 71 kilos, in which Sarah Davies was the winner for England, and realised her dreams. And now you have
representing Kenya,
Maya Ladle of Canada, who already has secured the gold medal.
Time of 10.16 in 3rd, will go
and going to 135 as well.
It was all business.
This is really pushing it. I mean, it's a long way off the world record, but
brilliant to see
this is an enormous challenge that she's giving to herself.
Yeah, going up 7 kilos. The last lift was a games record.
Real pressure just towards the line.
And let's just give some appreciation to how big this is.
Kenya, as a
I
nation,
really hope the
starting
crowd
to
get
pull
behind
up
her.
a few trees, as we say here in England, in the world of sprinting. Of course,
the Canadians
in the middle and long distance events.
Certainly behind her, and everybody back home in Toronto, LPS Athlete Centre, where she trains. Well, I'm sure you're going to raise a glass to her for already becoming Commonwealth Games champion, but you can raise an even bigger one if she manages to pick this up. This is an enormous
in terms of how much effort they put in.
Wait for her to
9
pick up.
heats down and 1 more to go. There's confirmation then of heat number 9.
Suddenly,
still got time.
Yes, she has got time, and it didn't go above the knees. Once, twice, but not thrice. Commiserations to Amy Sawles,
who won in 2018.
A real big surprise that Poonam Yadav, the former Commonwealth Games champion
for this
from 4 years ago,
final heat
at the end of the day,
100 metres,
eliminated
that bowl time has come down to 10.41.
There's the winning team.
Of Jamaica is the man in
either
the hot
side
seat.
of the winning lifter.
We get a look at these athletes
for
now.
Canada.
There is the Samoan.
Well, it was always going to be a tight competition. Lots of twists and turns.
This year.
Let's have a look at just how the women's 76 kilo title.
Kima Hyman became an non-starter. That's a shame. He was 5th in the Gold Coast 2018. Jared Elcock of Trinidad and Tobago goes in lane 3. 10.03 performer. Good athlete. Studied at Butler Community College, did the Trinidad man. Stephen Charles of St. Lucia goes in lane 4. 10.62 his best this year. He may struggle with this, went out in the heats 4 years ago. Tavik Benjamin of Montserrat goes in lane 5. 11.36 his lifetime best, the 19-year-old. Then in lane 6 is the Ghanaian, born in London, Sean Safo Antwi. Took a 5th place in the World Championships sprint relay for Ghana just last week, and the lead-off reg for them, and a national record. Ibrahim Bangura of Sierra Leone goes in lane 7. No time for him this year, his lifetime best 10.70. And then Guyana's Emmanuel Archibald goes in lane 8. Went down his heat of the World Championships. 10.18 though, he has run this year. Watch him on the near side in that black strip for Guyana. Look at the crowds, fabulous atmosphere in this Alexander Stadium. Really good attendance for this first morning session. It's still very grey. If anything, the clouds above are thickening, by the way. It does feel a little bit like there could be rain coming, but keep your fingers crossed.
So here's what we've got in store for you today. The men's singles follows this mixed doubles. Plenty has got a lot on his plate against the world champion, Okenyu. Then it's the women's singles. Philly Redfern takes on Yoji Amin inside the world top 20. Then it's the men's doubles. Lane and Ellis. So second appearance for Ben Lane against Kwek and Terry Yee. Then the women's doubles if required. Bertrand Smith against Jin and Crystal.
Without any problems, Elcock then second to right for Trinidad and Tobago, looking strong also on the light blue. St. Lucia is
Here are England's previous results, and you'll see
they come to the line
in the middle there,
tight.
that 4-1
I think
defeat
Elcock did take
Singapore
it from the
in the
near
group.
side. There was really
England
good running
qualified
too
in
from
second
Archibald.
place, but now, of course,
Plus
it's all or
2.9,
nothing.
the wind they enjoyed there. Yeah, the breeze
that will
is
be a little
growing
bit of
a little
history,
bit
because
this
since 1978,
part of
they have
Birmingham.
never failed to win
And that's
in the
heat 10
mixed team
result.
event. 78 was when it started. 10 medals in 10 attempts. This might be the toughest
After all,
task
10
of
heats,
all
very
overall.
short.
I
Who are
suspect
the
as we
7
look at Singapore's results,
10.26
obviously that
confirmed for
4-1
Elcock,
victory
and
stands
Archibald
out
second for
over
Guyana,
England, but they were well beaten by India yesterday.
They really were. They really were. Singapore, as were England by Malaysia, of course, 0-3 as well. So not generating a lot of confidence coming in either of these two teams. But it's just going to be fascinating because, as far as England are concerned, they are really quite double strong. So this mixed doubles, given the pedigree of the Singaporeans in singles, is frankly a must-win match for them. They have to come through this mixed doubles to contest this match, frankly. Given what happened 4 days ago where they went down hard 1-4, this is massive. So the sort of left-brain thinking of the coaching panel to put Ben Lane with Lawrence Smith could be absolute genius. Only time will tell. Of course, it's so important for Ben and Lauren to get out to a good start here against the husband-and-wife combination from Singapore
as well. This was probably the most even of all the 10 heats we've seen. 4 men abreast.
Just last year.
First 3 covered by
championship
3
they won after
the
man and wife to Kwek Open. They also won the 2022 India event, the Super 500 event. So they are a very talented mixed doubles player.
He also wins in the Orlean Masters as well. The Orlean Masters for he and Tang.
And we can give you those small cues now with certainty. Stephen Charles, St. Lucia goes through. Sean Safo Antwi for Ghana makes it through as well in 4th place, 10.33. That was possibly the highest quality of the 10 heats.
Maybe assisted by Sydney.
Well, we'll give you a full list of qualifiers shortly.